Matthew 24 verse 12 in the NLT. Sin will be rampant everywhere, and the love of many will grow cold. Call Lord Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to the hopefully like men that scattered abroad, pushing this truth without sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And also shalom to your very few sincere sisters, right, that's taking heed and really getting in order in these last days. Right, and brother, I'm one coming at you the video, Lord, when it's edifying. Right, and through the spirit, I just seen this article, and it's just like a small prelude, man, about what's really going to happen, man. Right, like the scripture just said, you know, in the KJV, you know, roughly paraphrasing, it said the love of many shall wax cold. You know, going into what the word psycho, right? And they're losing their wits, man, losing their mind. You know, because the times we're coming into, right? No food, right? If you no food was going to play a major part into why a lot of people just start offing a lot of different people because they hungry and they acting off their emotions. So inside this article I was going into, and it was just through the spirit how I just seen this, and I'm like, yeah, hey, this right here is over money. Just imagine when it's food, man. Hey, a lot of scriptures pop into my mind, right? So this right here is an article that just came out. Okay, the dude picture went away then, but pretty much, oh, here you go. It said, man get life for killing friend over 1,600 dead outside of Stonecrest Sports Bar, right? So like you said, the love of many shall wax cold, man. So I seen it through the spirit. Hey, if this man's killing his friend, you know, and that's another thing, man. You know, that word friend is real loose these days, right? Because back in the ancient times, man, that word friend was a real strong, powerful word, man. It had a lot of meaning behind it, man. The Lord calls us friends, you know, and well, he says, the love, I forgot paraphrasing, but it's no better love than one that died for his friends, right? And the Lord Yahweh shall die for us, man. You know, so that's true friendship, you know, and that's what we learning through the scripture, through this ministry, man. This is true friendship inside this brotherhood, man. You know, but because you got, hey, we living up to a real foundation of a code, you know, the script, right? Our culture, you know, so like our culture. You know, so hey, this man, he kills his friend over 1,600 outside of Stonecrest Mall, Stonecrest Sports Bar, right? But it's just in the spirit I seen. Hey, if a man killing over 1,600 dead, just imagine what's going to happen when the lights go out, or that food famine, right? Did a lesson on it, I think a day or two ago, about food prices are rising, right, out there in New York, right? So so from there, I wanted to hit it off in the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 6. Right, because we're coming to that time period where you think that was your so-called friend, right? You thought that was your neighbor. Y'all just cool as hell. Y'all may, you know, drank a beer Saturday at 12 o'clock. You know, ain't nothing really going on. Y'all just, you know, come on the porch and drink a beer or whatever, right? But we come to a time period where the love of many shall wax cold, right? Scripture says, curse those that stay door to door, house to house, right? Especially inside these apartments, man. You know, so hey, when that food shelves get empty, this is the spirit that people are going to be in, right? People even killing their own friends, right? And there's another scripture in the book of Matthew, chapter 10, right? But I'm gonna read this right quick. Matter of fact, straight to the point, Matthew 2nd Esdras 6 and 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, right? And when you have a real enemy, man, you fighting to the death. You know, so that's how much in a confused spirit, a delusion the Lord's finna have these people in. They that hungry. They see their best friend. They see they parent, they child, they whatever. They see them as an enemy in that day, man. All for food, right? All because of the food, right? And we know the times that we're coming into. The elect gonna be straight. You know, we're gonna be straight, right? Lord willing, I'm a part of that number, but we're gonna be straight. But that love of many wax cold. It's like I kind of lost my train of thought just now. I'm gonna reread this. It's 2nd Esdras 6 and 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Right? So like I said, this is nothing. This is just a small example. You know, and this will make these scriptures stick. Right? This is what makes it more edifying, more really give us more faith. We seeing niggas losing their mind over $1,600 and he killing their best friend. Right? Just imagine when them store shelves get empty, man. Right? Scriptures already speak on that. It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear. With those that dwell therein, the springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Right? So it won't be no more work in Egypt. Right? America, Babylon the Great. Right? And so whatever you see is whatever's left. Right? And so with that being said, hey, people can go slap crazy. All because there's no food on the shelves, man. They can't get access to no food. Right? So from there I want to jump to that book. I go to the book of Matthew, and I'm gonna come back to the book of 2 Esdras 15. Is it? I think it's Matthew 10 and 31, if I'm mistaken. 34, I think. Yep. This is Matthew 10 verse 34. It says, think not I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Right? So hey, that sword gonna cause a lot of division, right? Destruction. That's what the Lord Yahweh Shah is coming with. He's already stirring it up in the earth now. You know, so how much more when Jacob's trouble hit, when there's no food on the shelves, man. Verse 35. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Right? So if you just understand what's going on right now, he said, hey, he's having family members at variance, right? Meaning like against each other. So how much more than a person don't even shed no blood? You know? No type of no true, so-called bloodline to each other. Right? So the Lord Yahweh Shah is coming with straight division. And a man's foe shall be they of his own household, right? So this is particularly going to, a household, right? That's how much division the Lord is coming with. He's going to divide a house. People that's actually people that actually stands at the same house. So how much more to people that just, like I said, the so-called friends, right? They're gonna be going heavily at it, right? Let me go from there and let me finish off in the book of 2 Esdras 16. And Lord willing, it was edifying. 2 Esdras chapter 15 and verse 19. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Right? And we know that also really goes back to, right, an Israelite. Right? His brother. Right? But, we can look at it today. Hey, a man would have no pity upon his neighbor. Right? You can stay in the same neighborhood. Right? You would talk to this person every day. And I always like to reference that movie, Leave the World Behind. Because the Edomite man, right, and that Jake man, hey, they was cool. They was best buddies. Until that food famine came, man. I mean, not the food famine, but to that EMP, right? All those bad situations start happening, man. Right? The Edomite, hey, man, he told him, hey, back up get off my lawn, because it was something going on, and hey, at that point, hey, he was willing to lay that Jake man down. So going back into it, the article, right, and this referencing it to Jacob's trouble, right? It says, how the man, excuse me, how the man had, so I can try to park this right quick. All right, cool. Excuse me. How the man kept his friend over 1,600, right? Hey, just imagine when there's no food out here, man. It says that man should have no pity upon his neighbor, right? So the man didn't even care about trying to talk it out, from for how it looks. And I had read some of it, and it was saying like how the man was already drunk. He was going to get his sister, something like that. And he seen the man in there, and he approached him, and it went up from there, But relating that back to the time of Jacob's trouble in this a food famine, man, right? Even though you close to such and such now, in that time, these people of the world will not be close to them people, and they're gonna be every man for themselves. That's the spirit they're gonna be in, right? They're gonna be in that spirit of the movie The Hunger Games, right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, so Lord willing, that was the point was hit and made, right? But yes, this is the time that we're coming into. They won't care if they've been knowing you for 20 years. They coming in, getting them last little cup of ramen noodles, whatever you got, the Baina sausages, they come to get all of that, man. And hey, this being real, you're gonna be a person that they know, But Lord willing, let some edifying. I'm gonna give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Crocodiles. Shalom.